David Park wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He didn't have a trust fund or a fancy degree. He had a dream. But for years, that dream lived and breathed in his parents' basement. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't easy, but it was his. David was driven by an entrepreneurial spirit, like a young Steve Jobs. He had a fire in his belly, a will to win. He knew he wanted to create something big, something impactful. But the road to success is rarely paved with gold, just like the road of life. It's usually a long and arduous journey, and for David, that journey began in the humblest of places. His workspace was a testament to his dedication. Wires snaked across the floor. Empty coffee mugs littered the table. It looked like my desk after a busy week. This was his war room, his incubator, his launch pad, and he was determined to turn his basement dream into a reality. The next 10 years were a blur of trial and error. Every day brought new challenges and opportunities, and David faced them head-on. David launched idea after idea, each one a learning experience. Some failed miserably, leaving him to pick up the pieces and start again. Others showed promise but ultimately fizzled out, often when he thought he was on the verge of a breakthrough. It was a brutal cycle of hope and disappointment, a roller coaster of emotions that tested his resolve. But David never gave up. He couldn't. The fire inside him burned too brightly to be extinguished by setbacks. That entrepreneurial spirit, that fire in his belly, wouldn't let him quit. It propelled him forward. He knew that each failure brought him one step closer to success. Every setback was a lesson learned, a stepping stone on his journey. He just needed to keep pushing, keep learning, keep iterating. The rejections piled up. Investors weren't biting. Potential partners weren't convinced. But he remained relentless. It was enough to make anyone want to throw in the towel. The weight of constant rejection was heavy, but David saw it as part of the process. David used the negativity as fuel. Every no only made him more determined to find his yes. He became even more determined to prove the naysayers wrong. He knew that perseverance was key. He knew he had something special inside him, a unique vision and drive that set him apart. He just needed the right opportunity to unleash it, and he was ready to seize it when it came. This opportunity came in the form of GPT-2, a powerful language model developed by OpenAI. It was a breakthrough in artificial intelligence, able to understand and generate human-like text. This technology opened up a world of possibilities, and David was quick to recognize its potential. David saw the potential of this technology right away. He envisioned a future where AI could help in ways never imagined before, transforming industries and touching lives deeply. He knew he could use this to build something truly unique. His mind raced with ideas, each one more ambitious than the last. He wanted to create something that not only showcased the capabilities of GPT-2, but also made a real difference in people's lives. He spent months tinkering, coding, experimenting. Late nights and early mornings became the norm as he poured his heart and soul into this project. Each line of code brought him closer to his vision. He was like a kid in a candy store, his mind buzzing with possibilities. The excitement was palpable and fueled his relentless pursuit to perfect his creation. The result was Jenny, an AI-powered chatbot designed to help people with their mental health. Jenny was more than just a tool. She was a companion, a confidant, and a source of comfort for those in need. Jenny wasn't just a bunch of algorithms. She was different. She had a personality, a warmth that made her interactions feel genuine and sincere. She was empathetic, engaging, and surprisingly funny. Her ability to understand and respond to human emotions set her apart from other chatbots. She quickly became more than just a project for David. She was a reflection of his passion and dedication, a testament to what could be achieved with the right combination of technology and empathy. She was his creation, his brainchild, his pride and joy. Every interaction she had with users was a reminder of the countless hours he had poured into bringing her to life. People connected with Jenny on a human level. They found solace in her words, comfort in her presence, and a friend in their darkest moments. They confided in her, shared their anxieties, and sought comfort in her virtual embrace. Jenny became a beacon of hope for many, a digital shoulder to lean on. David had discovered something special, something that transcended technology. He had created a bridge between human emotion and artificial intelligence, a connection that resonated deeply with users. He had created a digital companion that offered solace and support in a world that desperately needed more of both. Jenny wasn't just an achievement in AI, she was a symbol of what technology could achieve when guided by empathy and the desire to help others. Bringing Lumi to life wasn't easy. It was a journey of sleepless nights and endless brainstorming. David, the visionary behind Lumi, faced one obstacle after another, the kind of thing that would make anyone give up. David had put every penny he had into this project. His savings dwindled as he invested in development, marketing, and everything else a startup needs. The financial pressure was enormous, but his belief in Lumi kept him going. He was living on instant noodles and the generosity of his parents. They didn't just give financial support, but also the emotional strength he needed, reminding him of the impact Lumi could have. He knew he needed to get Lumi in front of as many people as possible. Visibility was key, and he was determined to make it happen, no matter the cost. But traditional marketing was expensive, and he was broke. The sky-high costs of advertising campaigns and promotional materials were out of the question. So he did what any self-respecting entrepreneur would do. He hustled. He went to the streets, to the internet, to anywhere he could promote Lumi. He spent hours making cold calls to potential users, talking about Lumi with the excitement of 1,000 suns. Each call was a chance to share his vision and hope that someone would see the value. He participated in online forums, answered questions, offered support. He became a regular in these communities, always willing to help and promote Lumi. He even handed out flyers on the street, like a digital evangelist. Most people ignored him. Some laughed. But he persisted because he knew that every flyer handed out was one step closer to success. But some people, few but precious, saw the potential of what he was building. These first followers were inspired by his passion and Lumi's promise. These early adopters became Lumi's first promoters. They told their friends, spread the idea organically, and created a domino effect. They shared on social media. Posts, tweets, stories about Lumi started popping up, reaching a much larger audience than David could ever have imagined. They gave him the validation and encouragement he so desperately needed. Every positive comment, every message was a reminder that all that hard work was paying off. And little by little, Lumi started to take off. The user base grew, and with it, David's dream took shape, proving that with hard work and a lot of heart, anything is possible. And then it happened. A famous tech blogger discovered Jenny, and he was blown away. He wrote a glowing review praising her intelligence, her humor, and her ability to offer genuine emotional support. The article went viral. Overnight, Jenny became a sensation. The floodgates opened. Thousands, then tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands of people downloaded Jenny. David's phone wouldn't stop ringing. Investors who once ignored him were now begging to meet him. He was living every entrepreneur's dream. But even in the whirlwind of success, David never lost sight of his mission, to help people. He pored over user feedback, constantly tweaking and improving Jenny. He knew that to truly make a difference, he needed to keep listening to the people who mattered most, his users. Facing mortality, finding purpose. Life threw David a curveball. He was diagnosed with cancer. It was a punch in the gut, a stark reminder of life's fragility. Suddenly, Jenny's success, the money, the recognition, all faded into the background. All that mattered was his health, his family, his purpose in life. David could have easily given up. He had every excuse to, but instead he found strength in adversity. He was inspired by Jenny's users, many of whom were facing their own battles. He realized his work had taken on a new meaning. He wasn't just building a chatbot, he was building a lifeline, a source of hope and comfort for people who desperately needed it. His cancer diagnosis, as terrible as it was, gave him a renewed sense of purpose. The power of family. Throughout his journey, David's family was his safe harbor. They supported him through tough times, through failures, through rejections. They celebrated his wins, big and small. They were his biggest fans, his shoulder to cry on, his constant source of love and encouragement. When David was diagnosed with cancer, his family rallied around him. They provided unconditional support, both emotional and practical. They helped him navigate the challenges of treatment, offering words of comfort and a listening ear. David's story is a testament to the power of family. They were his foundation, his anchor, his source of strength. They reminded him that no matter what life threw his way, he was loved. And that love gave him the courage to keep fighting, to keep building, to keep dreaming. $25 million and a mission. David's persistence paid off. Jenny continued to grow in popularity, attracting millions of users worldwide. His company, which once operated from a basement, was now valued at over $25 million. He had achieved the kind of success that most entrepreneurs only dream of. But for David, it was never about the money. It was about the impact. It was about using technology to make a real difference in people's lives. He had poured his heart and soul into Jenny, and it was evident. He became a sought-after speaker, sharing his story of resilience, determination, and the importance of following your dreams. He used his platform to raise awareness about mental health, advocating for greater access to care and support. Never stop learning, never stop growing. David's journey is far from over. He's still learning, still growing, still pushing the boundaries of what's possible with technology. He knows that the moment he stops innovating, the moment he stops listening to his users, is the moment his company will become stagnant. His story is an inspiration to us all. It's a reminder that success is not a destination, it's a journey. It's about accepting failure, learning from your mistakes, and never giving up on your dreams. So the next time you face a challenge, remember David Park. Remember the kid who started in his parents' basement and built a multi-million-dollar company. Remember that anything is possible if you have passion, perseverance, and the willingness to never stop learning.